Hey guys, Snowbeck here. Out in the garage today, you can see I got the 77 up on the lift. Remember, if I told you about it last time, I thought after we put the cam and everything, I thought maybe the engine seized. I'm not really sure that's what the problem is. I think maybe I got a problem with the flywheel of the transmission. So we're going to crawl under there and we're going to pull the exhaust off the drive shaft, and I think we're going to drop out the tranny. But before we do all that, I might see if I can get the flywheel to spin, try a few things like that. I really hate to pull the whole engine if that's not the problem. So we'll try a few other problem solving things and see if we can get that to work. So let's go check out underneath the car and see what we got to do. All right, so here we are underneath the car. Here's a starter. Here's a flywheel, flex plate. So here's one thing I'm going to try first is let's take these starter bolts out. There's one here, and then there's one up around the other side. Take these starter bolts out and pull this starter back, and then we'll see if we can get the engine to spin. Maybe, I know it's a brand new starter, but maybe there's something hung up in here, before, and then maybe we'll try and get our hands on the flywheel bolt, or see if we can get something to spin, something to move. It's got to be something. I mean, the flywheel, the teeth, it doesn't look so bad. It's hard to see, I guess, but it doesn't look so bad there. So let's see what we can do and get that started. All right, so while we're under here, one thing I do plan on doing before I take this exhaust down is, see, I got all these clamps on it, which I really don't like. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some tacks. I'm gonna weld up some tacks where all the exhaust goes together, where all these clamps are. And I'm gonna put some tacks on each one of these sections and then pull the exhaust off, put all the tack welds everywhere, a couple tacks just to hold it in place. Then I can drop the whole exhaust down, and then I'll pull it over and I'll weld it all up. And that way when I put it all back together, it's exactly where it needs to be. Plus, it'll be all sealed up better. There'll be no leaks. You can see just from having the, you can see it's leaked here a little bit from, a little blow through. So I want to get rid of all that, make sure there's no leaks. So we'll do that. I'm going to go ahead and hit a few tack welds before I pull this exhaust down, and then we'll be taking the drive shaft out. There's 4 bolts in the back side, and then the whole thing just pulls right out. And we'll just have to make sure we got our pan underneath it here. So when we pull that out, we'll probably get some fluid spilling out, so we'll get a pan under there. So we'll get started, we'll put a few tack welds, and then we'll get this exhaust down. All right, guys, that was just a quick update. So I'm going to keep on working on that 77, and hopefully I will get that. I'll get the tranny out. Like I said, we'll get the drive shaft down. We'll get the tranny out, and I'm going to put it. Before I do that, though, I'm going to put it on the trickle charger. And I tried to start it before I took the battery or the starter off. I'm going to put the trickle charger on it and see if I can get the thing to turn over, see if maybe, because I started messing with some stuff. I put the breaker bar on the front, and it actually moved a little bit. So let me see if that'll start, or see if it'll spin before I go ripping everything apart. I'll try it one more time. Maybe I'll get lucky. Maybe it was just a fluke thing. I don't know. So we'll try that. If not, we're going to pull the tranny out because I want to rebuild it anyway. I want to put a shift kit in it. The oil pan on the tranny seems to be leaking, so that has to come off again, and I need to put another gasket on that one, and a few things like that. So we'll go ahead and rip all that out. We'll get it videoed. So, and in the meantime, I'm still going to be working on the 78. I was at the swap meet today. They had a big, oh, sorry, dropped my camera. Had a big swap meet today, and Canfield Fairgrounds. I don't know if any of you around this area have been there, but I picked up a cross member for the front of the engine compartment. It's actually for a Fox body or SN95 model, but a little bit of tweaking and it'll fit just perfect on the front engine compartment of mine. So it was like 20 bucks, big deal. Picked it up. That was pretty cheap. Got a few other little things, and they never have too many Mustang 2 parts at the swap meets, at least not around here. So I got to rely on things I just come across and parts cars I find and strip them down. So anyway, quick update. I appreciate you watching. I'll see you next time. Make sure you get subscribed. Tell everybody else to subscribe, and I'll talk to you next time.